Being a PGA player is every golfer's dream job. I mean, there's fancy courses, big prize money, and the glamorous lifestyle that comes with it. But trust me, getting there is way harder than it looks on TV, and I'll be telling you all about it right away. First off, let's talk about the steps. You don't just wake up one day, grab your golf bag, and say, "I'm joining the PGA today." It's a long, grinding process that starts with learning the game itself. Golf is not something you can just casually pick up and start riding like a bike. It takes years of practice, learning how to swing properly, read the greens, and to control your emotions when things go wrong. Most PGA players, they start as kids, swinging clubs almost as soon as they can walk. They spend hours, and I mean hours, practicing every day.
Very good. Awesome.
Some take lessons with coaches, while others just hit the range until their hands hurt. And let me tell you, golf, it can get pretty expensive, pretty fast. Between lessons, equipment, and course fees, you need money or sponsors to back you up. Next comes competing in local and amateur tournaments. This is where things get serious. You're not just playing for fun anymore. You're playing to prove you've got what it takes. The pressure is real, and so are the stakes. Winning these tournaments is crucial because it builds your reputation and it gets you noticed. But don't just think just because you're good in your local club that you'll walk into the big leagues. The competition at this stage is fierce. Every golfer in these tournaments has the same dream, and they're all bringing their A game. After dominating amateur tournaments, the next step is turning pro. But wait, it's not like other sports where you can just sign a contract and boom, you're in. For golf, turning pro means entering the Korn Ferry Tour or similar lower level tours. This is basically the training ground for PGA hopefuls. To even qualify for these tours, you have to go through something called Q School or the qualifying school. It sounds innocent, right? Well, wrong. Q School is brutal. It's a series of tournaments where only the best of the best move forward. Imagine playing several days of intense golf, knowing that one bad round could ruin your chances. Even if you survive Q School, life on the Korn Ferry Tour, it's no walk in the park. You're traveling constantly and playing in different cities week after week.
Great save. Excellent putt.
Some tournaments are in the scorching heat, while others are in the freezing cold. And unless you're winning big, you're not making a lot of money. Players often share hotel rooms, eat cheap meals, and drive from one tournament to the next just to save cash. What's even harder is the fact that at this level, there's no fame or glory. Nobody knows your name yet. You're grinding in the shadows, hoping for that one breakthrough moment. Let's not sugarcoat it. Golf takes a ridiculous amount of time and discipline. I mean, you can't just practice once a week and expect to compete with people who eat, sleep, and breathe golf. You have to commit every single day. That means waking up early to hit the range, spending hours working on your swing, and then playing full rounds to simulate tournament conditions. And don't even get me started on the short game. Chipping and putting can make or break your score.
Oh wow, what a putt!
So, you have to spend countless hours on perfecting those too. Simply put, becoming a top golfer, it takes a lot of time and a lot of hard work. Established professionals say it can take 7 to 10 years of practice. In fact, some of the best players follow something called the 10,000 hours or 10 years rule. So, as you can see, turning pro, it isn't a day's job, and it isn't just about playing the game either. Being a PGA player requires peak physical fitness. Golf, it might not seem physically demanding, but walking 18 holes for 4 straight days while staying focused, it takes stamina. That's why many pros work out regularly, focusing on strength, flexibility, and endurance. Let me just give you a quick example. Tiger Woods, one of the greatest golfers of all time, he didn't just rely on talent, he trained like an athlete, lifting weights, running, and staying in top physical shape. His fitness, it gave him an edge over competitors and helped him dominate the sport for years.
It's good work there, David.
And let's talk about the mental side as well. Golf, it's just as much a mental game as it is physical. You have to stay calm under pressure, bounce back from bad shots, and keep your confidence high, even when nothing seems to go your way. Now, let's get real about the challenges. One of the hardest things about being a PGA player, it's the uncertainty. You're not guaranteed a paycheck unless you make the cut in tournaments. Imagine traveling all across the country, paying for your flight, hotel, and entry fee, and then leaving with nothing because you didn't make the cut. It's rough. The competition is another beast. The PGA is full of insanely talented players. For every Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy, there's hundreds of others who are just as skilled, but they just don't get the spotlight. You're constantly competing against people who are just as hungry as you are. Injuries are also a big issue. Swinging a golf club, it might look smooth and effortless, but it puts a lot of strain on your body, especially your back, wrists, and shoulders. Many players deal with chronic pain or have to take time off to recover from injuries. And let's not forget about the emotional toll. Golf can mess with your head. One bad hole can ruin your entire round, and sometimes it feels like no matter how hard you try, the ball just doesn't go where you want it to. It's frustrating, and it can make even the most confident players question their abilities.
Montgomery for triple bogey, putting out of the intermediate cut. They never had a chance either.
Family life also takes a hit. PGA players spend weeks or even months on the road, away from their loved ones. The travel schedule is relentless, and it's not uncommon for players to miss important family events. Balancing a career in golf with personal relationships, it's a challenge that many struggle with. Funnily enough, a lot of people think PGA players are rolling in cash, but that's just not the case for everyone. Yes, the top players earn millions, but for most, the financial struggle is real. Entry fees, travel expenses, and coaching costs, they add up quickly, and if you're not consistently making the cut or winning tournaments, you could end up losing a lot of money instead of making it. Some players rely on sponsorships to stay afloat, but getting those deals isn't easy. Sponsors want players who will give them visibility, and if you're not a big name yet, you're not exactly a hot commodity. But despite all the challenges, every PGA player dreams of that breakthrough moment. It's what validates years of relentless effort, sacrifice, and countless swings on the driving range.
But how about this? This was today, about a half hour before he came on the air. Alex Smalley, one bouncing in from 133 yards.
For some, it's securing their first tournament victory, standing on the 18th green with the trophy in hand, and realizing they've made it to the big leagues. For others, it's something as simple yet monumental as making the cut in their first major championship. These moments may look different for every player, but they all carry the same weight, and that's proof that they belong with the best. For the lucky few, this moment comes early in their careers. Think of Tiger Woods winning the Masters at 21, but for most, it takes years of grinding, often with little reward. Imagine spending years playing in smaller tournaments, constantly falling short, and wondering if you'll ever make it. The breakthrough, it isn't just about skill, it's also about resilience. Golf is unpredictable, and sometimes the difference between success and failure is as small as a single putt. But once the breakthrough happens, the feeling, it's indescribable. It's the culmination of all those early mornings, grueling travel schedules, and emotional highs and lows. For many players, it's not just a personal achievement, but a moment to reflect on everyone who helped them get there, including family, coaches, and friends. It's the moment when they can finally say, "I did it." So, why do PGA players willingly go through all the grind, the travel, and the stress, and not to mention the uncertainty? Well, it's because of the rewards, because those who succeed are absolutely worth it. For starters, there's the thrill of competing on golf's biggest stages, where millions of fans are watching your every move. The prize money, that doesn't hurt either. Winning even one tournament can change a player's financial future forever, especially for those who come from modest beginnings. But for most players, it's about much more than money or fame. Golf has a way of getting under your skin and into your heart. There's something about the endless challenge of the game that keeps players hooked. Even the smallest victories, like nailing a perfect drive or sinking a long putt, can feel incredibly rewarding. For PGA players, it's also about the dream of standing on the 18th green, holding a trophy, and hearing the roar of the crowd. It's about proving it to themselves and to the world that they can compete at the highest level. That dream, it's what pushes them to get through the tough times, the bad round, and the moments of self-doubt. For many, golf isn't just a career, it's a lifelong passion and a calling. But even if you never pick up a golf club, there's something inspiring about the journey of a PGA player. It's a story of hard work, persistence, and chasing your dreams no matter how tough things get. So guys, did you know it was this hard becoming a PGA player? Tell us what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, click to subscribe.